we were just talking about Comic-Con experiences. Last year was your first year here, and now everyone has seen the show. So I'm assuming now people are going crazy when they see you guys, right?
Well, we got invited back, which is, that's a good sign.
But it's definitely, we've noticed that people start recognizing us a bit more, and in the UK as well as America, and so it's been really nice, to come back here and actually people have seen the show. Last year we came and we hadn't even aired, so it's a good experience.
Yeah. Now we have to wait until next year to see season 2, right? But can you tease a little bit about what's happening? I know we're switching countries. Right? We're on our way to France?
Yeah, when we left season 1, they were on the ship leaving for France, and so season 2 will begin them in France, and they'll be dealing with the French court, Louis XV. They'll meet Bonnie Prince Charlie and a few other historical figures, and they'll get involved in trying to stop the Jacobite rebellion and change history.
Yeah. Now, is it nice to get from out? You guys were outside a lot in season 1, so now are you inside and wearing different clothes? And is that a nice change of pace?
It's definitely very different.
It's warmer.
It is really nice. I mean, it's like a visual feast this year. I mean, the costumes are so beautiful. I mean, it's a lot of like silks and satins, and it's just it's very lush and rich, and the sets are the same, and it's really beautiful. But it's funny. I think some days we really relish that, and then other days you're like, you miss the stomping around in mud. I'm sure once we get back to that point, we won't love it as much.
Where's that Parisian part?
Where are you guys actually shooting? Not in France, right?
No, all of our interiors are at our studio in Scotland, and then we will go to Prague, and we will also shoot some in the south of England.
Now, Diana and Ronald, how are you changing the book to adapt into the series? Because you have to sort of deviate a little bit at this point, right?
You have to deviate a lot. The book is very complex. It's dealing with multiple time periods, points of view, and there's things you can do in text that you can't do on TV.
Right.
Vice versa, there's a lot of stuff you can do on TV that you can't do or can't do as effectively in text. So I think Ron and the crew have done a really great job of, picking out the main storyline and being able to tell it in a very effective visual way. And some of the finer points, the books are always there. People can go back and look.
Right. But you're hearing from fans, I'm assuming, when things change, right? You guys are on Twitter, I know that.
Yeah.
What are people mostly getting up in arms with you guys about?
Well, they don't have enough to get up in arms about
Yeah.
because they haven't seen anything yet. They like to pre-anticipate. They like to get hysterical ahead of time. Oh my God, they're going to do this. I'm sure they're going to do this. This will be horrible. And then they don't do that.
They have plenty of time to build their outrage. So.
They kind of reenact, and they get more, it keeps their pulse going in between.
What I want to know is if Scotland has given you guys an award yet for raising their tourism, because I feel like everybody who watches the show now is like, let's go to Scotland.
I'm laughing because they did. They gave me a Harris Tweed briefcase.
I feel like you should be getting something.
Well, historical Scotland as well, because we've got these great locations, all the castles, and the places that they find to shoot in are terrific. And I think season 2, again, we're using a lot of great locations. So, maybe we could get a cut or something.
Can we become honorary Scottish member?
Or maybe it's just honor the king and queen. I don't know.
I'm not sure you want that job.
That's a good point.
All right, so tease a little bit from season 2. What can you tell us? What can we look forward to besides the change in locale? What is going to be happening with these guys?
One word. Honeypot.
I love that
That's
you
perfect.
use that.
We'll
That's
just stop right
perfect.
there.
That's it.
They'll all start Googling immediately.
Honeypot.
That's
That's it.
perfect.